All right, y'all. We need to slow this down for a second because this situation has officially crossed from messy into disturbing. What started as post-divorce chaos has now turned into claims so serious that people are worried about safety, not just drama. At this point, everybody knows Cardi B and Offset are done. The marriage is over, the separation has been ugly, and Cardi has moved on with Stefon Diggs. Offset, on the other hand, has been spiraling publicly. And the person he decided to deal with next only poured gasoline on the fire.
He told me that he was gonna when he sees Stefon, he's gonna shoot him in his knee and strip him and rob him.
Because out of all people, Offset decided to mess with Celina Powell. And if you know Celina Powell's history, then you already know how this ends. This woman has built a reputation on exposing men. She records them, screenshots them, posts them, and then goes on podcasts to finish the job. She doesn't protect anybody. She exposes them every single time.
Cardi has a restraining order on Offset. So he not allowed to talk to the babies at all. He's been FaceTiming Culture through his other daughter this whole time and talking to Culture or whatever. And I guess Culture's been saying like she hasn't even met Stefon. So that's probably why like she thinks like how the fuck is this baby? And I don't talk to my dad. Like, how did you just have a baby, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like knowing that that's not her brother.
And yet Offset still laid up with her. A few days ago, Celina posted a video of Offset sleeping in her bed. Not rumors, not speculation, a real video. At first, people laughed it off as embarrassing but harmless. Then everything blew up. Because shortly after that post, Celina went on a podcast and started spilling everything. She said Offset owes her $15,000. She said he promised to pay her, didn't, and once she realized she wasn't getting that money, she decided to expose everything he told her behind closed doors. And what she said next made people stop laughing. She said Offset told her he wanted to shoot and rob Stefon Diggs. Not as a joke, not as a metaphor. She described him talking about shooting Stefon in the knee, stripping him, and robbing him. And what made it even more serious is that this wasn't the first time something like this came out.
If I catch Buddy and I can catch him, it's something bad.
You
So I
wanna
think
beat
she
him
on some beat, strip, shot in the knee, all types of shit. See, I wasn't on his ass.
Audio from another woman had already surfaced months ago, where Offset talked about setting Stefon up. So when Celina repeated it, people got quiet. Then she dropped another bomb.
He said that Stefon went to the hospital when she gave birth and was only there for a few hours because when they were signing the birth certificate, the nurse told her like, yeah, because you're legally married, it has to be Offset's name or your name. And so he got mad, like last month. And he got mad and abandoned her for like 3 days. That they're not even good now.
What?
She said Cardi B has a restraining order against Offset. According to Celina, Offset isn't allowed to directly contact Cardi or the kids, and he's been FaceTiming their daughter Culture through another child instead. She said Culture hasn't met Stefon Diggs yet, and that the situation has caused confusion and tension. That's when people remembered something Cardi herself said months ago.
Hey yo, somebody need to tell Offset, stay off OnlyFans. Y'all remember the OnlyFans model that recorded Offset in bed with her? She's here bumping her gums, Celina Powell, about how Offset is over here threatening Stefon Diggs, talking about when he see him, he gonna rob him, he gonna bust him in the kneecap, all this stuff. And he's threatening her. She put up a post saying, if anything happens to me, Offset did it. She's claiming Offset done took like $15,000 from her and ran off with it to go gamble. She's putting all the tea out there. And it's like, not only is she talking about it, but she has video recording of this man. Bro, I've never seen somebody literally throw away their own blessings, like willingly. Like first you done left the only woman that had your back, the only woman that could help you in any situation that you was in or would help you, to now you go mess with these OnlyFans chick and they literally are spewing out things that's gonna ruin your life.
Cardi went on Spaces crying, saying she was scared. She said Offset had been doing things that made her fear for her life. At the time, some people brushed it off as emotions running high. But now, with everything piling up, it doesn't sound like exaggeration anymore. And then Celina shared something that made people furious. She said Stefon Diggs went to the hospital when Cardi gave birth. But when staff explained that because Cardi is still legally married, the baby's last name had to be either Cardi's or Offset's, Stefon got angry. According to Celina, he left the hospital shortly after and didn't speak to Cardi for 3 days, right after she gave birth.
Now, Offset, you ought to be a dang on shame to yourself telling that girl all your business. She must got that good. She got that L99. Because what? You telling this girl everything. You telling her all about how you tried to have Stefon set up. You telling her all about how when Cardi was in the hospital having the baby, that he got mad because you and her are technically still married, so it had to be your name on the birth certificate. How they didn't talk for 3 days. How Culture don't even know Stefon, and how you been talking to Culture even though you're not supposed to be talking to Culture because Cardi has a restraining order on you. You just laying up there pillow talking, okay? Just telling her everything. And why would you tell her of all people? You just told Selena everything, baby.
People were livid. You knew you were dating a married woman. You knew the legal complications. Walking out during postpartum? That's cold. But Selena still wasn't done. She went on social media and said that if anything happens to her, Offset did it. She reposted claims saying Offset called Cardi and Stefon's child names, threatened Stefon again, and said Culture doesn't like the baby. She said there is audio. She said there is proof. She also said Cardi already has a restraining order because Offset threatened to kill her and Stefon. At that point, this stopped being internet jokes. Cardi's best friend tried to clean it up, saying Culture loves her siblings and that people are twisting things. But the damage was already done. Because once multiple people start saying the same things about threats, fear, and violence, it stops sounding like gossip. And here's the scariest part. Selena Powell doesn't whisper. When she talks, she brings screenshots, recordings, and videos. She doesn't care about fallout. So everyone is asking the same question now. Why would Offset tell her all of this? And if even part of what she's saying is true, this situation is spiraling fast. And it's not funny anymore. That's where things stand right now. Now this is where everything starts getting even darker. Because once Selena Powell finished talking, people weren't just shocked. They were genuinely concerned about how far this could go. Let's be real for a second. This isn't just messy baby daddy drama or hurt feelings after a breakup. When someone is repeatedly saying another man wants to shoot, rob, or harm someone, and there's already a restraining order involved, this becomes about safety, period. And what makes it worse is that Offset isn't denying any of this publicly. He hasn't hopped online to shut it down. He hasn't said Selena is lying. He hasn't said the audio is fake. He's been silent. And silence in a situation like this? That's loud. People are also dragging him for one very specific reason. Why would you even open your mouth like that around Selena Powell? This is not someone you vent to. This is not someone you pillow talk with. This is a woman known for recording men in their sleep and turning private conversations into viral content. Yet Offset told her everything. He told her about Cardi. He told her about Stefon. He told her about hospital drama. He told her about restraining orders. He told her about his anger. And then she walked straight to a microphone and told the world. Now let's talk about Cardi for a second. Because people keep asking why she hasn't gone live screaming or clapping back. And the truth is, this isn't something you respond to on Twitter. When your ex-husband is being accused of threatening lives, when there's already court involvement, and when children are involved, the smartest thing you can do is shut up and let lawyers handle it. And from the outside looking in, that's exactly what Cardi seems to be doing. But that doesn't mean she isn't scared. People keep forgetting that Cardi already said she was scared months ago. She didn't just say Offset was annoying or harassing her. She said his behavior made her fear for her life. And now, here we are, with multiple people saying he talked about violence, retaliation, and revenge. That's not random. And then there's the Stefon Diggs angle, which honestly makes the situation even more explosive. Because Stefon isn't just some random dude. He's high profile, heavily protected, and constantly in the public eye. Any kind of physical confrontation involving him would bring serious consequences, which makes Offset's supposed words even more reckless. At the same time, people are also questioning Stefon's behavior. Walking out of the hospital after Cardi gave birth rubbed a lot of fans the wrong way. Yes, he was upset. Yes, the last name situation was complicated, but leaving a woman alone right after delivery? That's not a good look. So now Cardi is stuck in the middle of two men, one from her past who seems unstable, and one from her present who just showed cracks under pressure. And the kids are caught in it all. That's the part people can't ignore. Culture didn't ask for this. The newborn didn't ask for this. No child deserves to be used as ammo in adult beef. And yet names, comments, and insults involving children are now being thrown around publicly. That's why a lot of fans are saying this is no longer entertaining. It's disturbing. And Selena Powell, she's still talking. She keeps reposting statements. She keeps hinting at more audio. She keeps making it clear that she's not backing down. And whether people like her or hate her, one thing is undeniable. She doesn't bluff. So now the pressure is on everyone involved. On Offset to address the claims. On Cardi to protect herself and her kids. On Stefon, to stay out of the chaos and not make things worse. Because once things like this hit the internet, they don't just disappear, they escalate. And with this many receipts floating around, this story is nowhere near over. By now, everybody can feel it. This situation is way past celebrity mess and deep into dangerous territory. Because when threats, restraining orders, hospital abandonment, and leaked recordings all start stacking on top of each other, you're no longer watching a breakup. You're watching a full collapse in real time. And the most unsettling part? Nobody looks fully in control anymore. Offset looks reckless. Selena looks unhinged. Stefon looks emotionally immature. And Cardi looks like a woman trying to survive chaos without making one wrong move. Let's start with Offset, because this spiral didn't happen overnight. This is what happens when ego meets jealousy and humiliation at the same time. Watching your wife move on publicly, have another man's baby, and still legally carry your last name. That's a recipe for resentment. And instead of dealing with that privately, Offset ran straight to the worst possible outlet. Selena Powell didn't steal this information. He handed it to her. That's what makes this so alarming. When someone is comfortable talking about violence, retaliation, and personal family details with the person known for exposing men, it shows a lack of judgment that can't be ignored. And when that same person already has a restraining order against them, that's when people start worrying about what happens next. Meanwhile, Selena isn't acting like someone who's scared. She's acting like someone who wants attention, leverage, or protection through exposure, posting warnings, hinting at more recordings, saying, if something happens to me online. That kind of behavior doesn't calm situations down. It escalates them. And then there's Cardi. People keep asking why she's not responding, why she's not dragging Selena, why she's not clearing things up. But silence doesn't mean weakness. Silence in moments like this is strategy. Cardi has kids to protect. She has legal boundaries to respect. And she knows anything she says can be twisted, screenshotted, and used against her. The last thing she needs is to feed the fire. But don't mistake quiet for peace. Being postpartum, dealing with a public breakup, navigating legal issues, and watching strangers speak on your children, that's pressure most people wouldn't survive. And Stefon Diggs, he doesn't come out clean in this either. Walking away from a woman right after she gives birth, no matter how complicated the situation is, leaves a stain. Fans expected him to be steady, protective, present. Instead, he showed frustration and dipped when things got uncomfortable. That's not what people want to see from a man stepping into fatherhood. So now Cardi is standing between a past that refuses to let go and a present that's already showing cracks. And that's the scariest part of all, because situations like this don't explode out of nowhere. They escalate slowly, with warning signs everywhere. Loose mouths, leaked audios, threats being joked about, people daring each other online, and the internet turning real-life danger into entertainment. This isn't funny anymore. If anything happens to anyone involved, there will be no confusion about how we got here. Too many people spoke. Too many receipts surfaced. Too many lines were crossed. And the saddest part? Children are watching all of this grow up around them. At some point, somebody has to step back, shut up, and let adults handle this off camera. Because clout fades, screenshots last forever, and consequences don't care how famous you are. This situation didn't have to go this far, but now that it has, there's no rewinding it. If you're rocking with this breakdown, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe, because this story is far from over.